What's up guys, Justin here with the CGEssentials.com. So in today's video, we're going to check out a method to quickly add supporting geometry using the Bevel function in Blender. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. All right, so I was watching one of Blender Guppy's videos on Instagram. And so Blender Guppy is the developer of the Random Flow add-on, and in particular he has a video where he takes a cube and he basically splits it up and creates kind of a cloth simulation in here using the Random Flow add-on. But one of the things he does here in the very beginning is something that I wanted to focus on in this video because I think a lot of people don't know how to do it. And I'll restart this so you can see it again. So he scales it out, but then he adds an edge loop, but then he like splits out this edge loop right here without having to go in here and actually like manually adjust the edges or anything like that. And I wanted to show you how to do that because that's something that's really important when you start modeling in Blender. All right, and so specifically what I want to focus on this video is I want to focus on using the Bevel function in order to add geometric detail. We're going to start by adding a cube. So just Shift A, add a cube, then I'm going to scale it on the Z-axis, so S and then Z. Then I'm going to do an S and I'm going to do a Shift Z so that I can scale it out without making it thicker. And I'm going to scale it in along one direction like this. So what we've done is we've created kind of a general table shape. Well, in this situation, what I want is I want two bands that run on either side of this table right here. And so to create those bands, one thing that you could do is you could toggle into edit mode by hitting the tab key and then do a Control R, and you could try to add an edge loop by scrolling your mouse up. But the problem with that is you can't actually like uniformly move this over, right? It's not going to be even based on the two ends right here. So what I want to do instead is I want to do a Control R in order to add a loop cut. And you don't want to click and then move it over either because it's really hard to keep these symmetrical if you try to do that. So that's not necessarily what you want either. What you want to do is you want to do a Control R to add one loop cut. You want to right click and you want to place that loop cut. Well, when you do that, what you can do is you can do a Control B in order to bevel that edge. And notice how when I bevel that edge, if I scroll up, I could add additional detail in here. I don't want to do that, but you can do that. I'm just going to scroll down so that I'm adding two edges right here. And when I do that, that's going to place two loops equally spaced from the two ends right here. Well, now I can come in here and I can do an Alt click in order to select that edge loop. Then I can do an Alt Shift click in order to select this one as well. And I can do a Control B to bevel both of those. So what I can do is I can make this the thickness of the steel bands that I want to put on this table right here. And so what that's done is that's created a face that I can either select and extrude along if I want to, or I could also separate out that geometry and add a solidify modifier to it, just depending on what you're trying to do. So in this case, what I might do is I might do an Alt click in order to select this loop, do an Alt Shift click to select this one. And in this case, I don't want to just separate these because it's going to leave gaps in my surface. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do a Shift D. I'm going to right click. That creates a copy and drops it right on top of this object. Well, now I'm just going to do an F3 to search, and I'm going to look for separate. And I'm going to separate by selection. And so what that's done is that's created just a pair of bands in here. Well, those pair of bands, I can now apply a solidify modifier to them in order to make them thick. Now, one thing about this is you do want to make sure when you do this, so notice how this is giving me, it's going to give me kind of a weird result. Like no matter how much I drag this up, it's not really quite giving me what I want. Part of the reason for that is because I did not apply my rotation and scale before I put this modifier in here. So what I want to do is I want to go to Object, Apply, Rotation and Scale right here, and then I want to add the Solidify modifier. And I want to make sure that I set the offset to out, not in, and then I check the box for even thickness. But now I've got these two bands in here that are going to be on top of my cube that are adjustable, right? So I can take these and I can make them thicker or thinner depending on how I want this to look. All right, so now we can do the same thing to add our legs. So we can just toggle into edit mode, and I'm just going to add an edge loop across the middle right here. I'm going to do a Control B in order to bevel it out over here. And then I'm going to do an Alt click and I'm going to select both of these. So this is going to be an Alt-Shift click, and I'm going to do a Control-B in order to bevel this right here. And so I'm adding this full loop in here, but really you only need it on the bottom edges, but I'm going to make this the thickness of the steel, and I'm going to do the same thing, right? I'm going to do a Shift-D to duplicate it. And so now I'll click off of this. I'll just do an Alt-click in order to select this geometry like this. I'm going to do a Shift-D to duplicate it, and I'm going to separate that geometry. So I'm going to separate that selection right here, and then now I've got something that I can work with to make the legs. And remember that since I've separated this, I have these two loops in here. Well, what I could do in this situation is I'm going to use Solidify again, but I'm going to take this cube and I'm actually going to move it down. So I can do a G, and I can actually do a GB in Blender 4.0. I'm going to tap Z to lock this to the down direction. But notice what I was able to do is I was able to move this down to the bottom of my table. Well, now I could tab into edit mode. We'll go into straight on view, probably do a wireframe just to make sure we're picking it all up. But I just want to select these bottom edges and just move them down to whatever I want the height of my table to be, like this. Well, now if I go back into solid mode, you can see that I've basically got a table with legs in here, and the only other thing I want to do is I want to add a solidify modifier to these legs. So we want to make sure that we've got this set to even thickness, and we also want to make sure that we've applied our rotation and scale in here so that we don't have any weird scaling issues. So we do an apply rotation and scale, and again, remember that because of the way we set these up, we're actually able to adjust the thickness of the steel in here. So now we've got our very simple table. And then from there, you could add in materials, you could render it out, you can do whatever you want with this table. But the key is understanding that bevel function for those lines so that you can add that supporting geometry. All right, so that's from in this video. Let me know how you're using this function in Blender. It is massively helpful for creating symmetrical supporting geometry, in my opinion, but I'd love to hear from you. What do you think in the comments down below? As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.